There are a lot of big movies coming out at the end of the year, a lot of Oscar contenders, but there have also been a lot of smaller, independent, foreign language movies that have come out in 2012 that people might want to check out.
What's happened to you, Hester?
One that comes to mind for me is Sarah Polley's Take This Waltz, which I think is now widely available. Is it on Netflix? I'm not sure. I'm sure it's out there to be seen.
So. Terrific movie.
It's the second movie of a very young director, an actress turned director, and she just really has it. I think she's a truly gifted director who's going to go places.
And there's a great performance in there by Michelle Williams, who's just a wonderful actress. Another great performance in a movie that came out in the early part of 2012 is Rachel Weisz in The Deep Blue Sea, directed by Terence Davies. Sort of a modern or wartime British telling of the Anna Karenina story in a way, about the sort of the tragic passion of a woman who's married to a man she doesn't really love and is in love with another man who may not really love her. And Rachel Weisz in that movie is just, I thought, tremendous.
That's way more worth seeing than the actual version of Anna Karenina that did come out for me.
Oh, I like that one.
You love the theatricality of that, right?
I did.
Yeah, to me that was
like
off-putting, but I'm just not a Keira Knightley person, and Rachel Weisz is just, she brings so much to that role.
One of my very favorite movies of 2012 was this Israeli movie called Footnote, which is a really hard movie to describe. It's a comedy about a father and a son. They're both Talmud scholars competing for a big academic prize, and that does not sound necessarily like a movie that you would run out and go see unless you had an interest in Talmudic scholarship. But it's so funny and warm and smart, and it's really one of those movies that I've recommended to a lot of people, and every single one has come back and said, wow, that was great. I never would have known about it. So that's, yeah, Footnote.
I've had a lot of friends try to turn me on to Footnote, so they're the straw that broke the camel's back. I have to see it now.
If you see only one Talmud scholarship
father versus son Talmud movie
in 2012, that should be the one.
Well, I guess one thing that people might have missed this year, I wouldn't call this an indie. This was a very big studio release, but it didn't really get the attention it should have, or, in my opinion, was Brave, the Pixar film. That's the first Pixar film to have featured a heroine. And my 6-year-old daughter, I think, definitely considered it the best under-the-radar movie of the year. It seems like one that deserves more attention and that will have legs. It's a movie I think that kids will still love a decade from now.
Speaking of legs, there's this movie.
Great transition, Tony.
Thank you. Rust and Bone, with Marion Cotillard as an extraordinarily brave heroine who, not to spoil something that happens fairly early in the movie, doesn't have any legs for most of it. This is directed by Jacques Audiard. She and her co-star, whose name I never, you pronounced it right.
Matthias Schoenaerts?
Schoenaerts, yes. Really kind of tough, emotional, but not, not depressing. Like a lot of tough stuff happens in this movie, but you end up feeling kind of sort of inspired and awed by it.
Yeah, you can't believe that movie works, right? Legless whale trainer has romance with kickboxer. And yet it all does. It's lovely.
Yeah, and the best use of a Katy Perry song, I think, in any movie.
Certainly more so than the Katy Perry movie, right?